ASME B30.9 Slings, Appendix A, Sling Protection. If the rigging method requires that the sling directly contact the load based on the hitch method, care should be taken to identify the potential for sling damage. As outlined in this volume, steel slings should be protected and synthetic slings shall be protected. So, we know we are supposed to use sling protection, but which one? Cut protection. Cut protection. Abrasion protection. Abrasion protection. How am I supposed to know which is best for my lift? Can I use a leather glove that I keep in my back pocket? Today, we are breaking down the different types of Slingmax sling protection to help you both understand the importance, as well as help identify which is best for your lift.
My name is Dan Ross. I'm the Senior Marketing Manager for Slingmax Rigging Solutions, and I've been in the overhead lifting industry for over 10 years. It's really important to make sure that your lifting slings are protected for cutting and abrasion damage. These slings are high capacity and made with high quality materials, but since they are synthetic, there is a risk of cutting or abrasion. So making sure you pair cut protection or abrasion damage protection with your sling is really important. You would want to use abrasion protection in any lifting application that the sling jacket comes into contact with a rough surface. That could be lifting precast concrete or some metal, anything that come in contact with this jacket and cause abrasion damage. Safety is the most important thing on a job site. Definitely should not use old gloves, tires, or anything laying around as sling protection. Companies manufacture sling protection specifically for overhead lifting and rigging, and it's important to use those products. There's a lot of engineering data that goes into that, there's a lot of testing, so you know exactly how much protection you're getting out of that piece of equipment and on your round sling. According to B30.9, a user of a sling needs to work with the sling manufacturer to determine what is an appropriate level of cut protection for their rigging. Cut protection protects the core fiber from an edge that could physically break the core fiber and cause a load to drop. Abrasion protection protects against back and forth abrasion. Let's say you're rigging near concrete or the sling jacket comes in contact with a rough surface. You would use abrasion protection to protect that outer jacket even more so than just the jacket itself. Cut protection and abrasion protection cannot be used interchangeably. There is engineering data and testing that goes into these products, and a cut protection is designed to protect against cutting, and abrasion protection is designed to specifically protect against abrasion. An edge doesn't necessarily have to be a razor blade sharp to be considered a hazard for your slings. In fact, B30.9 actually dropped the word sharp from the standard. Any edge, such as the table here or over here, you need to protect your slings against those edges. Once tension is applied to the slings, even edges that don't look sharp could cause some problem. It really depends on the application on whether you should use the CornerMax Sleeve or the CornerMax Pad. Both have use cases and applications. Slingmax actually designs these forms of cut protection with a load rating. There's really no difference in terms of what they can handle and protect. It's really application based, whether it's a 90-degree angle or if it's more not a 90-degree angle or a curved surface like a roll of steel or aluminum. The best way to determine that is what the lifting point is and the angle of that lifting point. Cut protection is pretty heavily customizable. It comes in a sleeve form. We're able to use Velcro to make removable CornerMax sleeves. Also, you're able to stitch CornerMax sleeves directly onto your twin path sling. The CornerMax Pad is not as customizable as the CornerMax Sleeve, but it's just an all-purpose cut protection that works when you need it. CornerMax Sleeve and the CornerMax Pad can be used with other synthetic round slings. When it comes to chain or wire rope, we do not recommend using these products for any form of cut protection. Cut protection and abrasion protection, if it were to be damaged, it should be removed from service. If you have a sling that has cut protection stitched directly onto the jacket, you can submit it to the manufacturer and that can actually be repaired and inspected to make sure that it's good to go. Just like slings, sling protection should be inspected before every shift and every lift. It's really important to communicate your specific application. Every application is different, So if you don't know what protection option is right for that application, make sure you reach out to your local Mazzella outside product advisor. It's always best practice to have your synthetic sling in one hand and your cut protection in the other.
There are a lot of sling protection options out there. Hopefully this video shed some light on the importance of sling protection and gave you the tools that you need to determine which is best for your lift. If you need any help deciding which option is best for you, Mazzella can help. Mazzella is a Slingmax certified manufacturer that manufactures all different types of Slingmax slings, as well as sling protection. Contact us below. Whatever your lifting needs, we are here to help. From slings, rigging hardware, wire rope, overhead cranes, below-the-hook lifting devices, inspections, service, and training, we are your one-stop lifting shop. If you found this video useful, informative, entertaining, or you just feel like being friendly, then hit that like button so we can get this information out to everyone who needs it. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a video. If you have a question, drop it in the comments so we can get you an answer. Remember, safe rigging is smart rigging. My name is Ben. Stay safe out there.